Well, good evening again, everyone, and happy holidays. It is yours truly, the Whiskey Coach. First, I want to welcome back all you new subscribers. Thank you very much for your support of the channel. I've noticed there's been a lot of recent activity with some recent uploads of mine, so thank you all very, very much and welcome. Thank you and welcome back to all you current subscribers that have been around for quite some time. It's very appreciated. Tonight's review. Decided I've been looking at this one too long. You know, we all have bottles that kind of sit on our shelf for a little while and you kind of tell yourself, you know what, maybe an occasion or a friend. I got too many of those. I mean, I have just far too many of those, and I remember getting asked by one of you guys, and I wish I remembered who it was some time ago to review this. So if you're watching, hopefully you are, it's your lucky day. Tonight we're going to do the Yellowstone Limited 2017 edition, not the 2018 that you're seeing on the shelves today, which I have as well, but the 2017. The 2017 the charred wine cask. Yeah, same finish. Number 3. This is a number 3, so I think it is slightly different. But anyways, by the way, I misspoke. Sorry. Tonight we're doing 2018. Not 17. 2017 was an award winner that I also have. That's the one I was just looking at. That was the one I'm going to hold on to. So I got to backtrack a little bit. I guess I am going to hold on to certain bottles. So you're probably wondering, before we get into this, what the heck are you seeing in the foreground? I know you can't quite see everything, but we're going to do a little something interesting and different this evening. A little bit of a crowdsourcing type of thing. So I got so many bottles that I want to try, and I like to try as many as I can with you all. Certainly, if you're ever in Northeast Ohio and you want to swing by and try something here in person, feel free to reach out to me. But this is something that I thought would be fun. It is December 21st this evening. I'm going to let this roll until New Year's Day. Call it New Year's Day at 11:59 p.m. So almost January 2nd. We're going to run a little poll. And in order to vote, you're going to need to just comment on this video down below. Which one of these whiskeys that I'm about to show you would you like to watch me review next? Okay? And what I did was I kind of went price-wise, cheapest to most expensive on the shelf, relatively. It's going to vary a little bit from state to state. But with no further ado, let me quick introduce each one of these whiskeys that you get a chance to vote on. First one, good old-fashioned mellow corn. Very, very unique, 100% corn-based bottled and bond bottling. Anywhere between 10 and 12 bucks typically. Isaac Bowman, the port finished straight bourbon in the $35 to $40 range. A new small player that I just recently picked up was the Clover Single Barrel. This is their 10-year offering, which is a Tennessee straight whiskey. I know I did the traditional, what do they call that? I guess the straight bourbon whiskey, the bottled and bond, so to speak. But I want to offer the New Riff Single Barrel. Sagamore Spirits from up in Sagamore, Michigan. They do a rye. I got the Cask Strength Rye, if anybody's interested in that. Speaking of Cask Strength Rye, Knob Creek Cask Strength Rye. What is it, 9 years old, I believe. Yeah, 2009 it was barreled in, coming in at 119.6 proof. You know, we never really do any of the orphan barrels, and I have all, but I've had and sold a few of the old blowhards because, frankly, they sell for too much money for people that are trying to fill their vertical, and it's not that good. But I've never done any with you guys, but I got a ton of these forged oaks, so I figured, what the hell, let's crack into a forged oak with you guys. Next offering would be the Joseph Magnus. This is the straight bourbon finish in sherry and cognac cask. Oh, by the way, price point, this one was in the $70 range. This is anywhere between $50 and $75 I've seen, maybe $100 even. This is more in the $80 range. Next one to talk about is the George Remus Repeal Reserve, batch 2. We've done 1. Next bottle is the Clyde Mays Cash Strength 10-year-old from our folks in Alabama. That's an Alabama style whiskey, Alabama. Now we're going to get into some of the nice stuff. This year's release of the Parker's Heritage, the barrel finished. This is the Curacao, which is the orange liqueur finished barrel, which is interesting. And then, you know, the bourbon, all of the bourbons are measured by, in my opinion, George T. Stagg, not Junior, George T. Stagg, the 2018 edition. So that's it. So vote, like I said, I'm going to move these out of the way a bit so you can not obstruct our view too much. Sorry about the little delay here. But yeah, you can vote, like I said, until January 1st at 11:59 p.m. So yeah, feel free to chime in and vote, and we'll knock one of those out. Cool? All right. So back in tonight's review, we're going to kind of speed things up a little bit since we're already, almost 6.5 minutes in. This is what I'm excited about. I did kind of compare this from a color standpoint to the traditional Yellowstone offering that they offer, and it's substantially darker, more amber, more red because of that wine influence. So this time it comes in a nice black canister cylinder instead of that gold that I just showed you. So I will read you a little bit of this because it is a little bit of a unique spirit. And if you need more information on this product, please refer back to my review on the traditional Yellowstone about the beam story and kind of how they came to be. All right. Faithfully yours from Yellowstone, introducing the third and final generation of our Descendant barrel finishing experiment. In 2016, the first year they did this, we finished our limited edition bourbon in specifically selected toasted American oak wine barrels. These uniquely nuanced wine casks lent their special flavor and finish to this year's celebrated bourbon. But their journey was barely begun. Later that year, the same barrels, whose richness and flavor now increasing with experience, were lightly, number 1, charred after 2016 bourbon was dumped and bottled. Then the same 28 barrels were refilled with soon-to-be double gold winning 2017 limited edition. This year, for our 2018 limited edition, the very same barrels, now with a rich complexity of their own, were dumped into a deeply charred number 3. The heavy char over bourbon, wet oak, produced a rich palate of burnt sugar, deep caramel, and the lingering essence of creme brulee. As always, the constituent bourbon aged in these extraordinary casks is carefully hand-selected, and like last year, includes our own bourbon, lovingly made here at Limestone Branch with our signature heirloom white corn. From our hearts to yours, sincerely, Stephen Beam. So there you go. Price point wise, we're looking at around $100 on this one. I'm super excited to try this one. It looks absolutely stunning in the bottle. The contrast of that reddish dark, look at how dark that is. It's a beautiful looking bourbon, and that white and black label, sort of reminiscent of our friends. As you can see, I just have bottles everywhere here. Sort of reminiscent of the Ezra Brooks, which we just reviewed, kind of that's black on gold look, which I think is aesthetically pleasing. All right, with no further ado, thanks for sticking with me, guys. Hope you enjoyed my little change up tonight on our crowdsourcing for our next review, which will be after the new year, or at least that review will be after New Year. If I'm feeling crazy, maybe I'll knock one out before now and then. Ooh, I love that sound. Oh, wait. As you can see, first time trying this one. I give myself a healthy pour because I want to enjoy this while this video is uploading for you guys. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. I love that. I love when I get hit with aroma upon closing a bottle. And by the way, they did a nice job of numbering this bottle. This bottle is number 6,117. And it comes in, by the way, at 50.5 proof I'm sorry, 50.5 ABV, so that would be 101 proof. Yeah, very nice presentation on this. All right, so let this breathe for a second. And again, I know I talk to you guys about this from time to time. If you're a subscriber of mine and have been around for some time, you know this. But, you know, again, probably not the best recommendation to review something after just popping it open for a matter of seconds and diving right in. But that's kind of my shtick at this point. That's kind of my gimmick. That's what I do. I open bottles and I review them right there on the spot. It's kind of a good practice to let it sit out, let it aerate a little bit. But again, I'm going to be consistent with who I am as a reviewer. All right, tons of fruit, dark fruits out the wazoo, bananas, creme brulee is correct. Damn them for putting that in my head. I don't know if I would have come up with that on my own or not. Man, it's almost Irish in its vibrancy. A little bit of like peanut brittle sweetness. Oh man, that is I'm literally salivating smelling this whiskey. All right, what the hell? Coating the palate very, very nicely. And for the first sip of alcohol today, a strikingly smooth experience at 101 proof. I mean, strikingly smooth. From the mouthfeel to the finish, I mean, it's satin. It is velvety smooth and not in a bad way. Red grapes. Like a cinnamon toast. By the way, if you just noticed, I just took a sniff there. I kind of committed a whiskey tasting no-no before going on the air with you this evening. I had a candle lit in the basement. If you know much about tasting, you're not a good idea to have a candle either lit or maybe just lit, because that's affecting your olfactory system and your sense of smell, therefore your sense of taste. Also, not a great idea to have something really aggressive, like hot wings right before, or something very strong in terms of food. Anyways, sidebar. Yeah, the finish on this whiskey is just, like I said, strikingly smooth and pleasant, and almost like a fine wine in a way. I mean, shit, moron. They finished it in wine cast. Don't think that's an original thought. But it is. It's there. It's very upfront. It's present throughout the experience. Man, I'm taken back by how damn smooth that goes down my throat. It's a nice liquid, guys. It's a nice liquid. I will give Yellowstone 2018, as I stall for time, limited edition, 7.9. Good whiskey. Good whiskey. I like it a lot. Highly recommend it. Definitely a step up from the traditional offering of theirs. So that's all I got, guys. Thank you so much again, and as always, for joining me. New viewers, thanks. Sorry about the lengthy one tonight. I know we're pushing it on the time frame, but hope it was worth it. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, and as always, glasses up.